Working and its impact on team development. I think organizations that have grown up remote working and distributed, and there's a number of them out there, particularly in the technology space, where sometimes teams only meet once a year and get together, but they're born distributed. That's fine. Everyone knows what they need to do, and they've got very good communication plans in place. They'd use Slack. They would use their GitHub or whatever they're doing to work as a team and centralize their work around the team. That's okay. That works. They're used to webinars. Teams that have been used to working in an office and have now moved remote, that could be challenging. I think at first people felt, wow, we're very productive. We're getting a lot more done. We're saving ourselves a lot of time on the commute. But then there was that need for people to connect and to get together and get into the office. And what's happening now is organizations don't necessarily know, you can take a hybrid model. You can take some of you can come in for 2 days a week. The others can come in 3 days a week. You can choose whether you want to come in. And I think the hybrid model is tricky. I think if it was all remote working, you could make it work. If it was all in the office, you can make it work. But this hybrid thing is going to be a challenge. And I think this is where we're going to see the team development. We don't really know how it's going to work out. It'll be very interesting over the next year to see what it looks like. But I think team development, if the team are self-starters, give them training courses. You've got learning management systems. Get them to develop that way. There's a lot of tools like Pulse tools, HR tools, where you can actually get a health check of the team, where teams are generally very honest and can come back and say, this is how I'm feeling. But if the tools are great, but if you're not doing anything about them or taking that feedback on board, things can fall over. Then there's also the challenges with extroverts wanting to be in the office, wanting to walk the corridors and talk to people. They're not going to develop if they're having to do self-starter work themselves. So I think it's going to be interesting to see where it goes. I think, if it's all remote, people will find ways, but it can't be forced. And I think what we did see during this lockdown over the last year was some of these forced team get-togethers on Fridays, where they'd bring in a comedian, or they would do something like that to get the teams to have these think tanks with teams. And it can't be forced and can't be prescribed. I think it has to happen naturally. So again, looking at what I was saying earlier around keeping teams motivated, let the teams come up with and the individuals come up with solutions to how they need to be developed, and don't necessarily prescribe all the time.